Good evening, YouTube. I am the City Prepper. Today is March 9th, 2017. I would like to thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for coming to my page. Thank you for my current subscribers. Thank you for my new subscribers. I'm going to give a shout out to Robert RN. Thank you very much for the kind words. Thank you very much for the input. I really do appreciate it. So now on to today's topic. Today's topic is going to be animal care during a shit hit the fan. Okay? These are one of the topics that I've talked to people in the self-reliant community, in the prepping community, that is most of the time overlooked. Not so much the veterinary care of your animal, whether it be a cat, a dog, whatever it may be. It's more so the supplies of that animal. By looking at my YouTube page, my YouTube channel, you could tell that I have a German Shepherd on the icon. And I do in fact have a German Shepherd. And the point I'm trying to get out to you is that most of the time that's overlooked. So a catastrophe happens, you're either bugged in, you bugged out, whatever you choose to do, you have a year's supply of food, you have a year's supply of water, and you broke that down to, if you have a family of 4, each person gets this much per day, for how many days you have the catastrophe. So if you have a year's supply and it's and you have so many servings, so if it's a family of 4, you're going to have 3 servings each. And if you have that extra person in your group now, you've equated all of that. You've thought of every angle, whether it's 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 6 people, 7 people, whatever the angle you thought about it. Everybody's set, everybody's prepared. But you didn't think about the animal you have, your dog. We'll go with dog because I have a dog. That dog, like you, is going to be working now, whether it's doing perimeter patrol with you in your bugging in location or your bugging out location, or watching you while you sleep, because at the end of the day, you're going to need to sleep. And that animal is now going to be helping you safeguard your family, safeguard your house. Did you equate the food for him? Did you prep food for him? And again, I'm using him because I have a male German Shepherd. Did you think about that you're going to be needing basic necessities like hygiene? You're going to need oral hygiene supplies for your dog. You're going to need dog shampoo. You got to keep them clean. You're going to need food for the dog. German Shepherds are prone to ear infections. Do you have eardrops? Do you have a brush? Simple things. German Shepherds put off a lot of hair. You're going to need to brush that hair to keep your area that you're in hygiene and sanitary. These are little things that are overlooked in the prepping self-reliant community. So now you have a family of 4 and you broke it down to you have a year supply, and that catastrophe is a year plus. It's a grid down. And your family of 4 now just turned into a family of 5 because you have to feed your animal. That animal is going to be more reliable and more important to you than some of your preps. That animal is going to be protecting you. So if you lack in the weapons category of self-reliance and prepping, that animal is going to be worth his weight in gold. That animal is going to be your weapon. That animal is going to be your protection. That animal is going to be your guardian. So now the 3 meals a day for a year for a family of 4 just got downgraded to 2 meals a day for a family of 5 because that dog has to eat. That dog's going to get hungry. In order for that dog to work efficiently for you, that animal is going to have to eat. That animal is going to have to be cared for. Even a cat. Cat's going to have to eat. Obviously, we're human beings. We have care for animals. That's why you have them in the first place. You can't let them starve. 1, it's inhumane, and 2, it's an animal that's going to be working for you now. An animal that's going to be pulling his weight or her weight just as much as anybody else in your family. So that's one of the things that is often overlooked, animal care. And I was talking to a buddy of mine earlier, and I asked him, like, what are you doing for your animal, your dog, if a natural disaster or a shit hits the fan scenario happens? What are you going to do? Because I know during Hurricane Sandy, again, I keep referencing Hurricane Sandy because I am in the New York City area. Hurricane Sandy, My dog, when the power out, was pulling guard duty. I had to leave to go to work, and he's there protecting my family. So there was no heat in the house, so he made sure he had himself a nice little blanket. And when I was able to get my solar system working, which in a future video I'll be showing you how to make a quick little solar battery backup system that's enough to power a little television or heater, whatever you see fit. And he was by the heater, and he had a nice little blanket, because those nights did get cold after Hurricane Sandy. So again, these are the things you have to think about. Animal care is a very important thing. Like I just specified, if you have a German Shepherd, you know what their genetic defaults are. One of being their legs, one of them being their ears. Do you have ear drops? Do you have glucosamine pills as your dog gets older? Do you have extra food? General rule of thumb is I have 2 bags of food every time I go to the store. Sometimes I'll open the second bag I have to either recycle it, or simply I just didn't have time to go run to the store to restock up. But the general rule is 2 bags of food per visit. Now if he's going through 2 bags of food per month, then I'm buying 4 bags of food any given month. I have 2 extra, and I'm constantly recycling it. So if I buy 2 March 1st, and it's time to buy 2 March 28th, then that second bag will be the first bag he's opening for the 28th, and then those 2 new bags will be the ones to replenish my supply. So I've thought about it for the short term, and the long term I've thought about them too, buying freeze-dried food purposely for him based off like chicken, oats, stuff that I know isn't going to really affect his bowel movements too rapidly, I'd hope. I'm not going to be giving him the chili mac or whatnot, because then that's going to go right through him. But again, not to get off topic, I've thought about my dog during a shit hits the fan, during a catastrophe designated situation. So I hope you are too. Hope this has got you thinking. Tomorrow's videos are going to be on the winter survival, because New York City is expecting anywhere between 1 to 3 inches of snow, and depending on how much snow is out in the morning, I'll be able to do some mock-up situations of surviving in your car during a snowstorm. If you remember a couple of years ago out west, there was a situation where there was a pile-up and people were stuck on the road for days. I'm going to give you a mock-up situation on that. It's a perfect setting for it. I'm also going to talk about eating snow during a survival situation in the wilderness, because it's not what you think it is. So again, thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for tuning in. Self-reliance is key. Self-reliance is what you should be attaining in life. You, the self-reliant individual, you, the prepping individual, are the only one that's going to help yourself. Don't rely on anybody else. Asking people for favors is one thing, but you need to be self-reliant. All aspects of life. I'm talking more so of the urban life and the suburban and the rural survivalist aspect of the self-reliance, but self-reliance is used in all aspects of life. And anything I'm showing you how to do is something that I have personally done in my life, whether it is the solar panel mock-up I'm going to be showing you how to, I just explained and showing you how to make in the future, the all-natural toothpaste, which I use personally, whether it's sharpening knives. Again, I've used all of that personally. They're things that I practice over time. There's anything I'm talking to you about as a topic are things I've thought about, things I've worked on. And it's not just me just here sitting here to talk. I've actually practiced this in my life. Again, to speculate what Robert RN had brought up earlier, I have certain things in my kit just in case the situation needs it. I might not be able to use it because I'm not a trained professional on that, but some other Good Samaritan on scene might be able to use it. And it's the difference of saving someone's life or not. The trauma kit I have in my car has been used to help somebody in the past. I'm not going to get into that now. Maybe another day we'll talk about that. But anything I've used in my life or talked about on videos, I've used. Maybe not in a survival situation, but I've done to know that I'm able to do it. I've applied it to make sure that I can do it, to be the most self-reliant and best person I can be. So again, anything that I'm talking to you about is something that I've thought about and something that I've worked on. Again, my bug in, bug out video, I've thought about both aspects. I've spent a lot of time in the woods. I go camping a lot. A lot of time upstate I've spent, even in Jersey, camping. I try to go to different terrains to know the layout. You never know. You can be on vacation one day or down in Atlantic City having a good time, and then something happens and you can't get home. You have to know the different terrains. You have to know the area you're in. Again, this is off topic from my video, but things to think about. Things for future videos. Again, think about your animal. Your animal is going to be your lifeline. Just as much as that animal needs you, you're going to need that animal. So again, until next time, thank you very much for subscribing. Self-reliance is key. I do appreciate all my subscribers, all my current subscribers, new subscribers. Please forward my video. Please give me a thumbs up. Please comment. If whatever I'm talking to you about, you want me to do over differently, I have no problem. You want me to mention something differently, I can do that. I can show you a different way how to do something. Just because on the video I'm going over one or two different ways on how to do something doesn't mean I don't know how to do it other ways, or I can learn how to do it other ways. And I'll be learning with you. I'll be applying it, learning how to do it at the same time I'm showing you, the subscriber. Again, thank you very much. Stay tuned for further and have a good night.